past 151 years. The IPCC concluded that there is greater than 95% probability that human-made greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide have caused much of the observed increase in the Earth's temperatures over the past 50 years. Methane is a hydrocarbon gas released into the production and transportation of coal, natural gas, and oil. Methane emissions are also a result of livestock and other agricultural activities, land use, and the decomposition of organic waste in municipal solid waste landfill, but also from the permafrost due to rising temperatures. Nitrous oxide is released into the atmosphere mainly by the use of organic fertilizers in agriculture, but also by the burning of fossil fuels. Next topic is aviation and climate change. The aviation industry contributes to climate change in many ways. In flight, burning of fossil fuel is the aviation industry's largest impact on the climate, but emissions produced by ground handling equipment and private cars, passengers, and staff to travel to and from the airport also contribute. Finally, greenhouse gas emissions arise from the production of energy used in airport buildings. The climate effects of aircraft are not just as a result of carbon dioxide, but also include effects associated with nitrous oxide emissions, contrail formation, and the potential influence of contrails on cirrus clouds. These effects are complex and there is still scientific uncertainty about them. The IPCC has estimated that the total climate impact of aviation due to these effects is approximately 2.7 times greater than the impact of CO2 emissions alone. The IPCC estimates that aviation is responsible for approximately 2.5% of all human-produced CO2 emissions. At the same time, the IPCC estimates that aviation contribution could increase to 5% of the total contribution in 2050 if measures are not taken to address these emissions. However, the highest predicted value is 15%. Aviation is a global industry and requires global solutions. This also applies to addressing climate change because greenhouse gas emissions are long-term and occur everywhere. Any environmental measure affecting aviation should be consistent with policies developed collaboratively by the 190 states parties to the Chicago Convention. Since the aircraft operation and the fossil fuel burning are the main sources of aviation emission production, the density of air traffic is linked to the emission production as the major parameter. The air traffic density trend has been increasing in recent years. The growth of the air traffic results, among others, from price policy of low-cost air carriers whose prices enable more and more passengers to travel either to visit family and loved ones or to relax. Another aspect is the globalization, thanks to which more and more people travel for work. The air traffic density in 2020 and 2021 was significantly affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. Together, the pandemic and associated security measures have reduced air traffic density by 47%. This graph shows the CO2 emissions produced by the operation of aircraft during 2016 to 2020. We see there is a decrease between 2 years from 2019 to 2020. This decrease is due to COVID-19 pandemic. Next is climate change impact on aviation. On the other hand, climate change is also currently affecting aviation. The main expected impact of climate change on aviation result from changes in temperature, precipitation, storms, sea level, wind, and occurrence of weather phenomena. Changes in jet streams have impact on the air transport and air operation. Those impacts may include reduced aircraft performance, changes in the structure of demand, potential damage to the airport infrastructure, airport capacity lost, flight schedules, disruptions, and impacts on air traffic safety. Next is possible responses of aviation to climate change. The aviation industry is aware of current and future problems and is looking for solutions to respond to this situation. There are already several projects primarily focusing on the CO2 reduction. Such projects